actions this time. So here's baby. She was really jaundiced and she's holding a lot of red and oranges in her skin. So here is how I'm going to give her a creamy skin tone. So I'm going to start by going to adjustments. I'm going to click on hue saturation. I'm going to shift this down from master to reds because that's what we're going to work on, the reds in her skin. Then if you come down here and get the eyedropper tool, you're going to click on the plus eyedropper tool, and we're going to click on the part of baby's face where she's holding the most red. Now we're going to click on the minus eyedropper tool, and we're going to click on the part of baby's face where it's least red. Okay, now we're going to go up again and go to the hue slider, and we're going to drag the hue all the way over to the left. So baby, I know, looks very purple. And now we're going to go down to the sliders on the bottom, and we are going to move these sliders over to the right until baby kind of looks aqua. She looks a little bit smurfy. We're going to go over to the lightness slider, and we're going to pump up the lightness till about 13. And now we're going to bring our hue back to 0 again. So if I click on this eye here and we look at before and after, you can see it's taken out some of the orange and red in her skin. But I want to invert that by clicking Command I or Control I. We're going to get a white brush, so you make sure it's white and not black. I'm going to boost the opacity a bit, and we're going to paint white on baby skin, okay? So I'm just going to do that quickly so you get an idea. Okay, so this is going to take out a lot of the reds out of baby skin. So before and after, she looks less orange. So I'm going to create another layer by clicking Control-Alt-Shift-E or Command-Alt-Shift-E. And I'm going to do that again. I'm going to go to Adjustments, Hue Saturation, because now I want to remove some of the yellow that's still in her skin. I'm going to go back down to yellow. I'm going to click on the plus dropper, and I'm going to click on the most yellow part of baby's face. I'm going to get the minus eyedropper now and click on the least yellow part of baby's face. I'm going to do the same thing again. We're going to go back up to the hue slider, and we're going to go all the way to the left. We're going to come down to the sliders at the bottom again, but instead of going all the way to the left or the right, we're going to go to the left this time to make baby kind of aqua. Okay, and then we're going to increase the lightness again, just like we did before, to 13. And we're going to bring the hue back to 0. We're going to invert this mask also by clicking Control-I or Command-I on a Mac. We're going to go to our brush tool or click B for brush, and we are going to brush this on baby's face where she is really still kind of yellow. Now I'm just going to bring down the opacity on this layer overall. So this is how it looks so far. So baby was really orange. So she has a more natural looking skin tone now. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to make that really, really nice soft skin without having to use portraiture or any other action. So I created another layer, and I'm now going to run a filter called High Pass. So you go to Filter, Other, High Pass. I'm going to keep it at around 9. Press OK. And we're going to invert this, because if we leave it like this, it's going to sharpen. But we don't want to do that. We want to do the opposite of sharpen, which is to soften. So we're going to invert this mask, or this layer. By doing so, just Control-I or Command-I. We're going to click on Add Layer Mask down here, which is the square with the circle inside. And we're going to actually invert this too by clicking Control-I or Command-I on the Mac. We're going to change the blending mode to overlay, and then we're going to click on the black layer mask with a white brush, so B for brush, and we're going to start painting on. Now this is, I'm going to do it ridiculously too much. Okay, you can see that's too much. So you can bring down the opacity of your brush here, and just be really careful. You're just going to paint on where you think baby needs some softening on her skin. I want to soften the eyes. I want to keep the detail in the little eyelashes. So there you go, before and after. So I just did it really, really lightly. Now I'm going to make another layer, Control-Alt-Shift-E or Command-Alt-Shift-E, because I want to give her some creamy skin tone. So I'm going to make a layer mask. And you see the sliders over here on the right hand side. I'm going to just pull them over to the left a little bit, and the one in the middle there over to the left a little bit. And I'm going to go back to my layers, and I'm going to invert this, Control I or Command I. I'm going to get my white brush. We're going to switch this to a white brush again, and just like the last time, I'm going to increase my opacity of my brush, and then I'm going to start painting this on. To give her more of a creamy skin tone. Okay, so from start to finish, here's what we started with, and this is the finish, and that is it. I hope that was helpful.